Alright, here's a quick video on how I tinted my rear windows. This is on a 2000 Civic, but it pretty much applies to any rear window. And here we go. Alright, so I started by prepping the window. I ordered this tint off eBay. I think it was 20 bucks. It was something pretty cheap. So basically I measured the window first. I made sure that it was the right size. If you get something too small, you ordered the wrong size. So make sure you get the correct size, height and width. The width, you can just roll it out. So if you get something too long, you have extra pieces, which work great for future projects. But basically you want to make sure it's the right height, so it goes from the top to the bottom, extends past the top and extend the bottom, because you want it to shrink and fit to your window. So make sure you get a little bit bigger size than you need, and you can just cut off the excess. Again, I just use this for extra stuff in the future, maybe behind the rearview mirror in the front windshield, or just something else. You never know what you need some tint for. Even the side rearview mirrors, if you want to lightly tint those, I like doing that. Just gets those bright lights out of your eyes when you're driving at nighttime. Just didn't want to do too much so I could still see out the side rear mirrors, but anyways. So right now I'm just prepping this. I'm getting the right size. I'm gonna make sure it's rolled out enough and then cut off the extra. I just want to make sure it covers it completely and extends out a little bit past it. What I'm going to be doing is shrinking it with the heat gun, and you want to shrink it nice and tight. And the point of shrinking it with the heat gun is to somewhat melt it over the glass so it forms and it actually gets that curvature. You need a little bit of curve in the back. If you don't use your heat gun or blow dryer or whatnot, and just straight put it on, it will actually get bubbles in there because it's not curved, it's not actually formed to the glass. You want the same shape as the glass. So there you can see I got my size, used an x-acto knife, cut it out, and then I wanted to stick to the window. So what I did was use this right here on the right. See that box? And that's just fabric softener. It's just sheets of fabric softener. So I mean, you can pick this up at the dollar store, super cheap. I sprayed the window with water first, and then use the fabric softeners, and the fabric softener soap or whatnot they use in there will actually come off on the window. You can see the white haze there, and that will help the tint stick to it when you're melting it to it, or when you're shrinking it onto the window, and it won't affect the tint at all, because you're going to peel that back piece off anyways. But you just want it to stay in place and stick there, but you don't want to have it stuck there forever. So this works really good. This is a great way to do it, I found out, because it let it move underneath. Hot soapy water I heard works, just dish soap, something like that, just to get it to sort of stick there, but it doesn't last as long. This just great, worked the whole entire time, helped the tint stay in place exactly where you want it, and doesn't move while you're shrinking it to the glass. So again, this is just fabric softener from the dollar store. Just use 2 pieces there and coat the back window with it, and was able to put the tint on, and it stuck pretty good. Alright, here we go. So we're going to put the tint on this. Now you want to put it on the same way that you're going to stick it on the back window. So you notice the tint has one side that peels off with the sticky part on it. So you want that sticky part facing up right now, because you're going to stick it on the inside of the glass. And so I placed it with the clear removable part from the tint that removes and exposes the glue underneath it for it to stick to the window. I put that facing up, so it's very important you get the right way, otherwise you're going to be shrinking it and it'll be concave. You want to actually get it flush with the window. So you can use a credit card for this. Be careful if you use an old credit card or something. I used some rubber, as you can see there, and I like this paddle right here. It just worked out really well. Got in all the little spots, and I could actually hold it with the wood piece there if it got too hot. Reach out if I needed to get something a little bit farther away, or down the little cracks on the inside. Quick tip, I was just talking about the clear part that comes off that you remove to expose the sticky part of the tint. To remove that, separate it from the tint, you can use a piece of scotch tape or something to put on a corner, and then peel the tape back, and it'll help you remove the two pieces. Sometimes it's hard to separate the tint from the clear part that you pull off of it, the backing, and throw away. It's really hard to get those two separated because it's so thin. It looks like it's impossible. It looks like one piece, but if you put a piece of tape on it, or two pieces of tape, one on each side, separated from each other, it'll actually just pull right apart. Works really good. So there's different patterns you can use. You can do an H. If you imagine an H over the whole window, you just follow the lines of the H with the heat gun, and you do the middle, right straight through the middle, and then do the right side and left side, or vice versa, and then go back and fill in the top and bottom of the middle portion. So there's sort of different ways to do it. You can do an M or an N. You might want to find out which one works best for your car. And what I'm doing here is, you can see I'm heating this up with the heat gun. As it's shrinking, I'm stretching it out or smoothing it out here, just so it forms to the window correctly. You don't want to get this too hot. You're going to actually burn the tint. So just go lightly with it and work your way around to get this nice and flush. So you want all of this just perfectly on the window there. Make sure that this is nice and flush and smooth, and when you're done with that, you'll actually cut around the window with the x-acto knife. You can see usually on the window they put some black paint or something on the inside of it, so it actually gives you maybe a half an inch of leeway. So it's really nice. That's going to cover it up, and you won't see any flaws when you're actually cutting this tint out to fit inside the window. But it shouldn't be too hard to cut it really nice. Once you cut it out, you go on the inside and you spray the inside of the glass with soapy water. Just use dish soap. Just get the real inside really wet. Don't get your seats wet. Just do your best you can. And this will help you slide it around. You can actually put it on the tint too. After you peel off the clear part and you expose the sticky part of the tint, you can put dish soap on there too, just so it won't stick to the glass right away. You can move it around. I put it on my hands, everything I'm working with, so I could apply it to the inside. And you basically just peel off the sticky part and then put the dish soap on it with the water, put it in the back, and smooth it out again like I'm doing now without the heat. And there you go. It's a nice, clean tinted window. I've had mine done like this for about 4 years now, and it's still perfect, so it worked out great. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you want.
No longer